Hi, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. Just before we start, again, I'll start with an introduction. My name is Frankie McIntoon. Um, Again, I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me and also all the time that you've spent helping share information about Jack and partnering with us through this process. The purpose of this meeting today is to go over the results from some of the recent assessments that we've completed together and to talk about what that means for Jack's development and any services that he may be eligible for. So first, I can just start to explain some of the tools that we used. These tools are used to look at Jack's development across a variety of different areas like communication, motor, social, self-help skills, different things like that. So, the tools specifically that we used included the Ages and Stages questionnaire, the Hawaii Early Learning Profile, and the Battelle Developmental Inventory. And each of these gives us different information. Um, and together, it kind of helps us show where Jack is showing strengths and areas that he may need some more support in. So, I'm going to start by walking through each one of these assessment tools, starting with the Ages and Stages questionnaire, which you may remember because we did complete that one together. Um, we had discussed that Jack had showed some strengths in his fine motor and problem-solving areas. However, his scores in the communication and gross motor, as well as personal social, fell below the expected age range for him. And these results suggest that he could need some additional supports, and that could be helpful, especially when it comes to interacting with others. Another tool that we used was the Hawaii Early Learning Profile. This looks closely at the developmental milestones. And again, Jack continued to show those strong skills in his fine motor activities as well as his cognitive play. For example, Jack showed that he was great at using different tools and exploring how different things work. In the area of growth, we saw things like following directions, pretend play, and developing clear communication being an area that support could be needed. But again, these skills are still emerging for him. The last assessment that we looked at was the Battelle Developmental Inventory. So this is a standardized tool, and Jack's results again were pretty consistent with the other assessments. His cognitive skills were within the expected range for his age, which is great to see. He did show some mild to moderate delays in communication, social emotional skills, motor abilities, as well as some self-help skills. So these results really support different things that you've reported to me and different things that you've said you've observed at home, and also what we've seen during the sessions. Based on all of that assessment information and Minnesota's criteria, Jack does meet eligibility requirements for infant and toddler intervention services under Part C. Specifically, he qualifies due to developmental delays in his communication, motor, and social emotional skills. This means that he would be eligible to receive early intervention services to support growth in these areas. I know I just threw a lot of information at you, and it can be really hard to process and wrap your head around, but it is important to remember that these services are here to support both you and Jack. Jack is already showing so many strengths, and the goal of early intervention is all about building on those strengths and helping him reach those next steps. We can work together to create a plan that best fits your family and Jack's needs, and you can be as involved as you want. We really appreciate parent involvement in setting goals and deciding what strategies feels right for you. But before we wrap everything up, I just want to check, do you have any questions or concerns about the results or about any steps that come next? I'm here to answer those questions and be a help to you, and just here to help walk you through every step of the process.